Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to an unexpected fresh Sunday video. I've just got back in from my run, checked on the old Twitters and saw that Kabam have revealed 2 new champions for March. Of course they normally do that because 2 champions except for December are always revealed. We've got 2 interesting ones right here. So we've got Destroyer and we have got Serpent, aka Cul Borson. Not Cul Obsidian, not boring, but Cul Borson. Cul Borson is the brother of Odin, and that is pretty exciting. I was looking back through some videos because I'm pretty certain at some stage I did talk about the idea of Cul Borson coming into game and what that would theoretically mean. I'm not saying I predicted it, quite far from it to be brutally honest, but I have mentioned it in videos. The interesting thing of like what the Destroyer armor could do is of course incredibly exciting. Back a little while ago in this video right here called Would Break the Game If Added. Sorry, sometimes I look at some of the things I've titled and gone, do you know what, I must have made this video late in the day or something, because sometimes I'm like, did I title that the correct way, and second guess myself. And if you second guess yourself, you never create anything for any kind of game if you're a content creator. But it was mentioned as a potential option, which I kind of like put right there. Destroyer, aka the Enchanted Armor. If you've seen the first Thor film, great film by the way. Also it's the point in time where you can see Chris Hemsworth go, yes, I'm going to dye my hair completely blonde and have blonde eyebrows and blonde beard, and then after that point it's just, you can see the tone just shift. So obviously Thor has kind of like highlights. He's a vain prince, that makes sense. But after that particular point, get to the point, let's have a look at some more of these characters. Now, something that's always interested me is what Kabam and you know, a direction we could go with the Asgardians, and yes, indeed, we are going somewhere with them. I also like the fact that Kabam have gone for more of a modernised armouring. To be brutally honest, it looks more like the film version, which I think is fantastic. I'm sure a lot of people will say, oh, where's Stormbreaker Thor? Well, look, yeah. I'm just trying to see if it's got any weapon. I don't think it has any weaponry, the enchanted armor. So expect something that's going to beam at you very nicely. And also, I like the design of Cul Borson. I think that's good. It's a bit different to what there's some comic book artwork, which I'll just get up and screen in a minute. That would have done equally well. To be honest, actually, no. I think this is close to it. So let's just bring this up on screen. So this version right here, this version looks pretty cool. Similar-ish, not completely, but definitely similar to the version that you see on screen. So I'm interested in abilities because we did talk about in you know, a bit of content that I did back a while ago. If I remember, I'll put a link to in the description. The idea of what this character could actually... we'll start with Destroyer Armor, then we'll go into Serpent, because there's a lot of things. Like, you want to know what the character can do. If we're talking about like a complete suppression of things, this character can do a lot. As it says here, that by the way, this is from the fandom wiki, right? So it's up to you if you want to trust this. I do use this a lot. I have had people kind of saying, you shouldn't use the fandom one. I need some resource to look at. It's either Comic Vine or there's something. So it's interesting to find out perspectives. Let's have a look. So it's remote piloted by a spirit of the sentient being. While some of the powers might vary depending upon the spirit inhabiting the armor, they are primarily the same for any user. Of course, it's going to be incredibly powerful. It is likely to be... Would it be cosmic? I don't know. I kind of go with this being mystic, to be honest. Mystical being. Same thing with Morningstar. Yeah, Morningstar is a good example of why this will likely be a mystic-based character, which would be good. Borson, oh, I don't know, actually. We'll check in a minute what the lay of the land is. In fact, Destroyer was frequently matched and even exceeded Thor's raw power in battle. Odin, the creator of the Destroyer armor, once placed all of the combined life forces of the Asgardians, with the exception of Thor, into the armor, further enhancing the armor's strength to levels that make its already incredibly seem insignificant. So you could have something of a signature ability, not signature ability, but you could have a synergy that kind of like allows for that. Wow, I don't know what the extent of could be possible here. Invulnerability. This is another thing. Like, will the character be kind of like, not come back from the dead, but will it be difficult to kind of suppress it in a way that will it come back to life like Kindred does, or certain synergies with Dormammu, for example. Forms. Immunities as well. Immune to bleed, poison, frostbite. Like this could have like the most immunity in the game. Incinerate immune. Imagine the extent of utility this character could have if Kabam are putting it to the degree that I think they would do. If they don't, then I think this might be one of those lost opportunities. The same way Dormammu was. Dormammu came in with very little of its full force. Kabam justified it. I don't agree with it. Fingers crossed for this one. Powerful energy blasts like that Thor without sustaining damage while possessed of the life force of all Asgardians. We talked about that. Agility, flight. I don't know if that will be a thing. Levitation. I don't know if Kabam will end up doing that. Like, I think they'll probably do like a sentinel based kind of like movements. If I was to guess animations, the visor blasts, I think, is going to be something important. It's most devastating weapon without charge up throughout the battle, and then you fire it off, and it's really powerful. It's a beam fired from the armor's helmet where the person's face would be. True, must keep its visor open in order to build up the energy. So maybe you build it throughout the fight and then fire it off the same way that you kind of do that with... I'm sure a character had that in MCOC, where it only gets a chance to do it one. Well, you could say that Iron Man has something similar-ish, but there's lots of champions think that they can only do something once per fight, whenever you use it, of course. Or you ramp it the same way that you do things for most champions in game. The armor is also capable of manipulating the molecular structure of most materials and matter itself, and various purposes, including non-limited transmutation. Whether or not I have that, I don't know. Destroyer is programmed solely for battle destruction. Strength, very high. Weaknesses, while the armor itself has no weakness, spirit inhabiting the armor will begin to grow more progressively violent, while spending extended times without the armor. Also, blah, 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 blah. It becomes nearly impossible for any inhabiting spirit to maintain control over the armor. Blah, 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 blah. Only being extreme willpower is able to hold control over that. Maybe there'll be windows to attack the champion where it becomes weak. I don't know. And when battling the Celestials, the armor wielded the Odin sword. I don't think it will have that, but you never know. So yeah, there's great possibilities there. It depends how Kabam choose to use it, and what will be will Rupture be a thing that will be a damaging debuff you can do on it? We have to rely on brute strength. Will it be mystic? Will it be cosmic? Those are questions we still yet to find out and see, because obviously we'll find out by next week. They're very exciting. There's going to be two champions. I'm interested in what they can actually do. Moving on now to the Serpent, which I don't know if this will be a mystic based character. Again, high strength levels on this one, as the conventional attributes of an Asgardian god. However, as the son of Bor, many of these attributes are significantly superior than those possessed by majority of his race. Could be mystic then. And yeah, strength, stamina, speed, durability, regeneration. And all the Asgardians don't tend to get it. Like, I find it weird that we don't have Thor have it, we don't have Loki have it, we don't have... Well, Angela's got it, but no one else has it. It's weird. Like, shouldn't they get regeneration as part of their kit? If you're going to give it to Angela, why are you not giving it to anyone else? Dense tissue. I mean, look, this is all same, really. Here's the thing that kind of differs. And magic. Cul can manipulate vast quantities of magic for nearly any effect. A few demonstrations of his power included transporting Thor far away, creating his own twisted version of Asgard, raising and recreating dead servants, turning into a giant serpent. It kind of gives me the feeling that this is going to be more of a mystic than a cosmic. But Kabam's line about how Marvel interfere, not in a rude way, but Marvel interfere with how the structure's got to be. So Marvel might say to them, no, anything Asgardian has got to be cosmic, which then is a problem for the structure of this. So we'll have to see. There is rumour... No, it's not this one. There was rumour that there was going to be Thor's brother... Bor. That was going to feature in the next Thor film. So, I don't know. I was thinking, like, was this going to be Bor at first? But no, it's Cul Borson. Anyway, creating force fields, Manhattan with energy radiating from his form, so he can go into a big snake. As a god of... It could be poison immune. Cul can feed upon the fears of others, empowering himself. That seems more of a mystic-based thing. This is why I'd like to see Frigga in game at some stage. The fear of an entire world is necessary for him. Full powers are unknown. Yada yada. All speak. And weakness is deprived of fear to feed upon. He will revert to withheld state. Full details of unknown. Yada yada. Look. Mystical gnarled staff that transformed into a hammer with properties similar to the worthy hammers. Mystical hammer with power similar to Respect Thor's Mjolnir, made of the same metal Uru. According to the backstory, Cul succeeded Bor after the latter died of old age, and Odin was still teenagers. Anyway, so that's interesting, and the two characters coming this month, Destroyer and Cul Borson. That looks like the hammer right there, and that has been it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. We did a little bit of dissection of these two champions coming very, very soon. I'm going to see you in the next video. Also, check out some other content which will be located on screen. What are your thoughts on these two new champions coming to game as well? I'll see you all soon. Much love and have a great day. Bye-bye.